Right. 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 Yeah, you can't even spend money or time because you can get it cheap. You can get it cheap. Eat some real food, right? Yeah, we said eat some real food, right? Right. So his success is he hasn't eaten any protein supplements, which is great. Yeah. Yeah, no brownie points for too many squats. And yeah, yep. Still got to get your steps in one way or another. Yep. Yep. It'll happen. It'll be back. So, all right, Brandon, what's been going well for you? Starting off, Brandon is fresh. Technically, what you're a couple days into getting up in a sense, but then here we are with you uh, actually first live week here. So yeah, Martin and I go way back too. Clay's lost about 60 pounds. Martin's had some success and he's looking for more success. So Martin, meet Brandon. He's the new guy. I think you've already come across Clay. So yep, yep. So Brandon's got some successes that he had. Clay is doing no protein supplements for a week, and he's doing well because I called him out on it. That's his success. Is catching you up. So Brandon, well, yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's a huge, and you're tracking your food to the best of your ability, which is cool. And your macros are hot diggity, man. So it's like, wow, he just jumped right in. He was not going to be like, well, this is kind of hard, or I don't know what I'm doing, or whatever. You just are doing it, which is great. So, and all we need to do in that situation is the best of our ability. That's it. You track and do what you can, and that's that. That's really what it is. So, so good, good, good. All right, Martin, what's going well? Martin and I had a weekend and trying to get him locked in. Martin, I had conversation with the jet fighter pilot today. It went really well. It should be out Friday or something. I'll send it over. But we were talking about aviation mindset and binary. And with the jet fighter, he made it into fighter pilot school. And then so he's in the top 1%, but then he saw a huge divide between the people that were in the 1%. And there was a direct correlation to the guys that were at the top and pinnacle, to the way they prepared, the way they planned, the way they stayed in shape. They were also in really good shape. And it was a yes or no. It wasn't maybe. It was you either accomplished the mission or you failed. And then we need to go back to the drawing board on what that failure looks like and all. So that is that's some of the challenge that he had when he got in. Realized, wow, I'm good. I'm pretty darn good, but I'm not great, and I'm not to the level of to the degree at which I need to be, and I need to learn, and need to adjust, and need to adapt, and to play the game to get where I want. Share that with you, Martin, when it comes out, which is in like 3 days. Yeah. Yep. And if you guys aren't listening to them, I've got 3,800 minutes that I've talked to myself in this front of this computer. So there's lots of crying you can hear. So what's going well since we spoke? That's good. Right, right. Clay knows about snacking with the pilot job. Yep, yep, yep. And we've been a lot better at the appropriate snacks that you end up taking onto from the galleyway, or you let the ladies give you as well, right? So so good. All right, excellent. All right. What else I want to go over next is, let me pull it up. Clients. There we go. So just so you guys know, right now, I signed someone up today an old client back in here. So I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 guys right now. So we should have a lot more liveliness. Chris, a new guy's coming in here in a little bit, and then I got to follow the first Devin, see what he's up to today, he's got two little kids, like a 2 and a 1 year old. So he might be busy that. So Brandon, I want to acknowledge the mission brief questions and stuff. This is solid. Just like looking in the mirror and first time and really just seeing you and seeing where you're at and acknowledging that is we're right here where we are now, and we just have to take one step, one day, one choice, and move toward the betterment of yourself, the better health, the better body, the let's do one more rep, and we're going to see some massive change unfold for you. So thanks for sharing that stuff. And word hope, it could really be a singular phrase that can empower and embody quite a bit, a lot of for this program that we're doing together, and just the process that you're going to be going through and transformation and stuff. So really excited to see that. And then the mindset, fearful. I'm fearful every day, man. I'm self-employed. I'm over here. So my garage door broke yesterday. It wouldn't open up or close. So the spring on the one side broke. It's like there's $400 more gone. It just vanished. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta go find another client. Or I'm talking to my computer for 61 hours of content. So it's probably 62 now, 63 hours of just talking, and then I got at least an hour on the front end to 2 hours on the front end and 30 minutes on the back end. So it's every podcast at 82 times 2.5 hours or something like that. It's a lot of time. And I'm using all this time to create this thing, and I'm fearful, what if it doesn't work? And I'm wasting my time. And I'm spending a lot of money on ads, and I'm spending a lot of time on this whole thing to get this program work or just going and working. So there is fear in everyday's life. Clay could talk about his fear of if he's going to pass or not, if he's just going to take a little time out inside, pilot school here and have to retest in a couple months or something, right? That's how Clay and I met, was fear of what could happen if he didn't make change. You want to share a little bit on that, Clay? Just a little bit on the very beginning last month? So just just a real quick couple sentences on our initial the health scare that you're like, this isn't good, and then the last month you basically were just shacked up in a hotel, nose to the grindstone, and hoping that you would pass, and you spent literally all the time you could studying. Am I going to pass or not? It's counterintuitive to your profession, right? It's counterintuitive. Right. Mhm. And you had different seasons to be able to pass that particular thing, and now you have a couple weeks off to readjust. Yep. You'll have that. So so there you go. It's happens to all of us. Have to manage and overcome stuff. All right. Thank you for sharing, Clay. It's important to just connect. Um Challenges, things that are coming up in everyday life. Martin, I want to share a little bit about some things we talked about and some of the challenges. He got a lot of stress in work, and he's in politics, which is a real fun roller coaster these days. So good luck to him on that one. But it's providing a lot of stress and a lot of opportunities to snack and stress eat and different things like that. Yep. Yep. That's a big been the opportunity for you to be in those situations is great, frequent, and it is a challenge that you've had to manage and overcome, and things that we're constantly still working through to get you to the next level in your physical transformation and body changes for you. So something that we'll keep focusing on. Hopefully the fighter pilot will just have some nuggets of inspiration as well, because you've got some big life changes coming up that you want to make, and your future. The thing I opened up with on that from the guy, he said it, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good." I hadn't heard it really expressed like this, but you are. Let me find it so I quote it properly, so I can find it real quick. 85. is it? There he is. All right. The opener was, what if I told you that your kids are 80% likely to become the adult that you are now, not the adult that you want them to be? And then also, what if you learn that you set your children's inner monologue for life? Oof. Those are some big juicy nuggets that I expressed in the very beginning of that conversation. So it's pretty powerful that way. So have to pay attention to that stuff. So one thing also, Brandon, we'll go over some of the things that trying to figure out the food stuff, but some of the language I would encourage you to change in your head or how you say it or think it, because all of us have uh, the control over what we say, what we think, and how we then take action off of that stuff. Even me, I can be say a Debbie Downer about my podcast streams not doing what they did last week. I have no control over that. I have literally none. I mean, I could even spend thousands of dollars on ads and it's still not perform. So I have to just do my best and keep recording and keep creating content that my ideal client would like. And I have to get better at storytelling and story. No worries, man. So anything you want to share, and then I'll jump back into that. Before Right. Yep. Thank you. Yep. One day at a time, one choice. Keep cranking, man. Thanks for popping on and sharing. Later. Yep. We'll see if Chris is going to hop on. Let's see if Danny's got. Yeah, Danny won't make it. Let me get this. All right. Yeah, Danny's going through an interesting, challenging situation. It's not him; it's someone else in his life, and someone missing. So he's pretty stressed out about that and the impact that that's having on his mental situation is challenging, right? And he's like, "Hey, I had a friend. Now I don't know where my friend's at." That's a big deal. So and Martin, we had a lot of success before. We worked together 2 or 3 years ago. We got him down like 60, 70 pounds. And unfortunately, he had regained a bunch through just not paying attention. I call it the football fumble. It was Super Bowl. And when it was in San Diego or something a couple years ago, and I realized it that weekend that every time he gets into a social situation that he fumbles the ball. He'd be good. He'll run the ball all the way down 10-yard line, 5-yard line and fumble it. And then the other team runs it back and he has to start over again. And that's the challenge that we've had to overcome. So all these food situations that he's exposed to pair that with the stress and the time and all that stuff, and his coping mechanisms around food or the desire just to eat because he's snacky or hungry or in the situation, why not? Then those are the things that we are constantly trying to evolve to get him. I remember for weeks I would send him football fumbling gifts, like, "Don't fumble the ball, man. Don't fumble the ball." And that's what I would send to him as a result of it all. So, going back to some of the language and stuff for all 3 of us, going back to I was talking about the inputs. I control the inputs I have on my business, on my life, and those are the only things I can do to then keep at it. I've had 5 consultations in the last 2 days, and I think I only got 1, maybe 2 of them out of them all, and everyone else passed. I thought I had one guy locked in today. He was like, "I'm ready to go." He said it like 3 times, and then I finally went through the offer, and you just at the end, I said something in the offer, and it turned him off, and then it's too much, and he's gotta think about it, and that it just killed it. I was like, I'm not sure what I said. I think I know what I said, but not sure. It's like, what the heck just happened here? We were golden. I was going to get him into the program, and it just went askew from there. So, like, I can only do so much. I could definitely help the guy, but he wasn't as open to my approach as I was hoping that he would. But so going back to some of the language, just want to point out here. Um, I feel that I'm restricted. You are. It's just a fact of life, right? You're restricted. It's the circumstances and situations that you're in, but also be grateful that you're in this sense of restriction because it's allowing you to get to the next step, right? In a couple months, you'll be to the next step, but you have to work through where you're at now to say earn the next step. And the restriction is actually an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're actually able to handle what life has for you. You're still in a very protected environment in a sense that you have a lot of support that is around you. It's just that it's not ideal, right? You can't cook your food, you can't all that stuff. And we will address the buying food out and stuff. Clay knows all about that. He's constantly trying to pinch pennies with that because he'll go on a 4 or 5 day flight trip and you have to pack, but you can only pack so much in the pack before you're like, like anyone else, like, well, Clay, you get one free bag and then you got to pay for the other one if you want to bring more or something. I would love to, whenever that word restricted comes into your brain, let's flip it and look at, okay, all these opportunities that I have because you're really doing well. From my initial impressions, like, wow, he's in it, he's doing it, he's in it to win it. All right. Um, Goal setting, overwhelming, feels overwhelming. Sure. Life is life is different for you right now, right? You're choosing, you have hard any which way you look. You choose your hard. Is it the hard that is the prior previous life? Because we all live previous lives, or is it the hard of the future life? The hard that I have to juggle is trying to keep my business afloat, making sure I can pay my bills, making sure that I can provide for my 4 kids, making sure that I can at some point have enough wealth to retire and not just be coaching all. I can coach because I want to, not because I have to, right? Or it could, the overwhelm of like, am I going to be able to do this next year because of AI and GLP-1s? Like, is anybody going to want to coach anymore? I've already seen a drastic impact, and it's negatively impacted my income by a couple months worth of income than the previous years. Probably like 3 to 4 months worth of income I just didn't get in comparison to the month before. So, work harder than you have and just take off 3 to 4 months of your income for the year and let me know how you feel about that. So this overwhelm is that we're going to choose our hard, and the better hard is the betterment of yourself for both of you, for me too. my heart of showing up and doing a podcast or posting or connecting or sending the 18 million text messages I do, or however much I read. So people, I don't think people know that I literally read a novel every day. It's just like all day I'm reading stuff, text, images, whatever, and soaking in all of this information. So choosing your hard is going to be our motto. And but the hard that we're choosing now also has another four-letter word that I already said was hope. And that's where you're headed. There's hope that you're going to physique, hope that the that's going to change your confidence, hope that it's going to change your energy and the direction of what you can do in your life to come. So that's something that I'm going to call you out on this week and say, hey, every time that you feel those feelings and those thoughts, it's fine. You're a human. You're allowed to feel that stuff. So let's acknowledge it, and then let's just take a pause. So I'm opening the door anytime that you do feel that way. Just text me, message me. Hey, life's a little hard right now. Okay. Hey man, I feel you. I'm trying to figure out how to post 16. Look at this. Look at this. This is I don't know what to do with this, man. I do not know what to do with this. It's the obvious is makes sense, but you won't be able to see this too well. But can you see all those faces? You see all that? You see all those faces? Yeah. Yeah. Those are my last two podcasts, and they each gave me 10 plus clips. So I have 20 clips that I could post on social media, and it's just too much. I don't know what to do with this because I could literally it'd take me 3 hours to be able to post all these things with an appropriate caption, even if I use AI for it all. It's still going to take 2 to 3 hours to post all this stuff, and I need to, but I don't know what to do with it. So it's going to sit on my phone. So we got this chunk, this chunk. Oh wait, here's some more of me talking. Let's see. I don't have any more because I deleted them, and I just realized that in the beginning. But there's I got like 30 images of my face, a video that I need to post on social media, and I don't know when to do it. So it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm over here overwhelmed with creating content, which just sounds so stupid, but it's my life these days, a content creator. All right, thoughts. I'll stop talking. Perfect. Huge. It's great. Yep. 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 Right. Mhm. Yep. Clay wasn't ready until he got slapped in the face and punched in the gut. Like, hey, man, you might lose your medical license here and your career that you spent X amount of time and a lot of dollar bills to get to that point in your career, right? And she's like, oh, this isn't a good idea. This is not a good idea. So, what are your thoughts on all that, Clay? On choosing, did you talk about choosing your heart? Was that you that I was talking to? I almost think that it was. Yeah. Yeah. It's an offer to help. It's an offer to help. I'm just messing. It's an offer to help. Just mess. Uh, schedule and routine. Right. I need some purpose. Yeah. It's okay to be bored for a little bit, but then yeah, you get the itch to get back to it. Yeah. So, yep. 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 Exactly. Exactly. Uh-huh. Like, dang it, I had it so good. Yep. 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 Welcome, Chris, to the show. Excited to have you. Hello. Yippers. We sure can. Excited to have you. No worries. This is good. So we do. I always open up with a silly question just because it's easy to break the ice on. What's the most useless talent you have? Mine was I could burp on command. There you go. It's just some dumb. Yeah, yeah, that's the dumb question to answer. What's a useless talent that you have? Okay, nice. That's excellent. So a Trivial Pursuit or something like that, you would be the one to get to grab for my team, huh? Okay, okay, fair enough. What's the strongest domain? Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. What's the worst then? The one you're like, yeah, don't call me performing art, something. Not do so well. Yeah, okay. All right. Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing. Well, we usually do that just to break the ice. It's easy. So a couple things we got going on. We've gone through some successes. Brandon's new. This is his first night, same as you. And Brandon's off to the races. I'm getting a lot of communication from him. His macros are dialed in. It's like hot diggity. He's on fire, doing the things. Clay is doing well with a week free of protein supplements. I challenged him to it, and he is doing very well on that because he knows I'll call him out on it as well. So, yeah. So those are some successes we've had, and then we're going over some challenges, and we're getting ready to get into buying food. Chris is buying food too, probably on the company's dime because you're on travel. But Clayton, give give Brandon some ideas, or so let Brandon paint the picture where you're at with your opportunities around fast food, around fast casual, around the grocery store. And the context then, Clay, would be that he can't heat or prepare food or store it. So it's buying it, eating it, consuming it in a controlled amount of time. So that's the situation that we have to work in, and what are we picking at the grocery store or elsewhere to make it cheaper for the monetary budgeting of food purchasing. So go ahead, Brandon, paint a picture. What's near you? What opportunities do we have to work with? So then we'll brainstorm and give you some ideas on how to be a little more money efficient and all that. And they have food, right? Well, does, but does the Walmart have food too? Like a supermarket or something, or some stuff, but not a grocery. Yeah, yeah, they're easy. And that's something that I'm gonna have you list out too. Look at your maps on your phone, and let's look at the different categories of food that you have available, from fast food, fast casual, and grocery store opportunities, so that we can start plotting out what makes sense when. All right. Acme is, we have an Acme Fresh Market. It's just a grocery store, I imagine. Typical one. Yeah, Clay knows what a Acme is around here. These parts, it's grocery store. So does Chris. Acme is. They all live by me. All both of these guys. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. It's got food in it. That's funny. So Clay, what are we doing in that situation? So he's got Chipotle and the Chick-fil-A down pretty well. His macros and what he's tracking is looking very good. It's looking very good. But so what are the opportunities around portable food, or things that he can carry in a backpack, or and then eat, or maybe even just go to the grocery store, pick these things up to eat for the rest of the day, things like that. Because you have to do that in your situation. No, he's local. So he's in, he's walking to these places, basically. He could Uber if he wanted, but that's not, we're not. Yeah. So what you, from my understanding is that you can have food with you, but there's just literally no place to store it outside, like maybe a backpack. Yeah. He's not putting like canned goods on a shelf behind him or something in his room, anything like that. But I would imagine that's probably something that we'll talk about, but getting stuff into a backpack and keeping handy go-to things there, like a pouch of tuna or something. Yeah, no, but what about the food? What about the food that you're buying in the store that's portable for you? That's what I'm interested in. Yeah, right. Think about Clay, think about you're 3 days into a trip and you have no food left. You have to go to the grocery store around the corner than the hotel. What are you grabbing? That's portable, that'll carry you for the next days of stuff. So, Brandon, one thing else that this he's talking about, we might end up looking at some frozen meals as an opportunity, and you buy them in the morning, and by evening time, they're edible because they've defrosted, and that's when you eat them at 4 or 5 o'clock. That might be an option for us to think about in that type of situation. So, but we'll play that out too. Um, Now they have just ready-made food, right? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it depends on what. Yeah. Yep. 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 Right. Most of the fruit that you're gonna buy also is you're gonna be able to just not have to put in a fridge. Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Right. Approach. Right. And right. And we might end up buying canned stuff for you or frozen stuff and you eat it later in the day because it naturally thaws out. And then you'll get really good at the timing of when it actually thaws out and when it's good to eat. And then you end up buying some pouches or canned meat, and then you have it with the thawed whatever, and you're good. As those will be things that, you and I will rendezvous here this week on a call to organize that a little bit more for you. But those are gonna be some ideas of, all right, you're gonna get really good at shopping at Acme with coupons and what type of combos that you because you're going to need to look at the weekly ads of what's on sale, and then you're going to shop the sales because you need to learn how to do that anyways if you want to save money. So it's just a learned skill, and when you look at it every week, you see patterns of behavior show up in the ads, and you recognize what's expensive versus what's not, and then you start to figure it out that way, and then we're actually good on that. So hopefully this gives you some ideas, but we're going to look on canned and frozen and fresh, and what are the things and how long can they last, and what degree we stuff things in a backpack, and to how long can we keep them in the backpack to be able to eat food that you can purchase at the grocery store and not just have to rely on Chipotle to feed you, because that it just gets costly if you're spending $13 for a dish or something. Just it adds up. Chris, join in on some of the Chris is traveled, right? Are you done traveling, or are you still traveling? Like, where you at? All right, so you're all right. All right. How do you think you did? How do you think you did? Right. Make a better team. Yep. Matter. Right. Yeah. Right. Nice. Yeah. That'll happen here and there. So, mhm. Yep. Yep. No, he's Philly. Yeah, Clay. Yeah, Clay's in Can yeah. Yep. Yeah. And we got to figure out if Mike was your kid's coach here. He's at a yeah, yeah. That's great. Yeah, probably. Mike is at the music box listening to Irish band right now with his wife, and then he's down about 4 or 5 pounds since he started. He's about 2 weeks in, so we're moving very good in the right direction. So it's going well. And then the other person that is in our area is Lucas, that's up in West Cleveland area, Lakewoodish or something. That's what I have in mind. I don't know if he's actually in there, but he's in Cleveland. So, but he got stuck at work, so he couldn't come. And then Mike was there. Then Andy's going to be here next week, but Andy is in. He's traveling, and then Martin was on, but you missed him. Cody's down in the south, and he was unable to make it. Danny's over in Boston. He's unfortunately got there's a challenging situation with a friend is missing, and he's pretty stressed about it. So those are some of the guys that round out the rest of the career. And I brought in two. I have two Devons. So Devon one and two. So they'll be in next week too. So we'll have a nice party going on in here. So yeah, it's very good. Now we're going back to getting onboarded, right? It's there's a lot, right? No matter what, we're focusing on paying attention to food and water. And when it's all said and done, Clay will tell you it's pretty basic at the end of the day. And we just go back to the basics of did I drink enough water? Did I manage my calories today? That's what it's going to be. But joining in and doing it. And now, say Mike, he's down weight. He unfortunately lost his mother about 2, 3 weeks ago, and he started a job as well. And then he did this. I was just like, dude, let's just focus on taking pictures of food and practicing food balance. And he's done a-okay. And I've just been giving him a lot of input. So the more that you feed me, message me a lot, pictures or macros or anything, and then I'll answer and make sure that we're headed in the right direction. And at the very least, if you just literally pay attention to that first call prep video, and there's two more that have say the meat and potatoes, the ins and outs of flexible dieting, and the 6 must know food rules. That's it. If you just watch those three twice each and take good notes, memorize it, they overlap a little bit because of the order I did them in, then yeah, you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm pretty dialed in because those are the again the basics. It's just doing the basics ongoing that make progress. So Clay's down 60 some pounds and then he stopped doing the basics because of life, and now we're back to the basics now. And so what are we gonna do? Ryan? Well, we're gonna go back to mhm. We go back to the things that were working. So yeah, and we'll get you back up to speed. So Chris, what is the let's say the challenge getting back into it, plot out the week for me. What's going to happen here the next uh the next 3 or 4 days? You home getting settled back in? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yep, that'll be it. And the ultimate thing that I would say for your time away was did you make better choices than the last time you left with? If yes, then cool, we're moving in the right direction. Then hey, at the very least, it depends on how much you travel. If it travels here and there, then I wouldn't work out when you travel. I'd just take your walking shoes in a sense and get more steps that way and not sweat and get all stinky or whatever and take like gym exercise. But if you do travel a lot and that's just part of the routine, then that's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So I work out enough at home and I'm consistent across the year that just it doesn't matter if I work out when I'm away. Now we will be going to Machu Picchu and the Amazon, so I'll let you know that right now, guys. Uh, yeah, yeah. So we're leaving. I will not be here the week of the 25th or the first. So I'm gonna throw that out there. I won't have calls those because I'll be in South America. But I don't know. Maybe it depends on if I am at a hotel and nothing's happening. Maybe I might hold one. But what does that mean for you guys? It's just going to mean that just give you more access weeks on the back end for some more calls. So there's that. But I'm not working out unless we are gone that long, and there are gyms, which I don't know if there are so much. When we were in Kenya 2 summers ago, there was a gym that I ended up going to 2 or 3 times over that 2-week trip, but there were none in Egypt when we went, so I just walked and toured around temples and all that stuff, so, um, but when I'm in America, yeah, my here's my setup. I take swim trunks, and then I take one of those, the swim shirts. We have swim shirts. I work out in swim shirts, swim trunks, so I can wash them, and then I don't have to worry about them getting stinky and cottony and all that stuff, and it works out real nice. So, so that's my strategy. All right. Yeah, I with tracking, how much are you doing that here this next week? Yeah, on the yeah with the app or anything. You're gonna get into Yeah. 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 Right. And that'll be easy as soon as you get to that point. So it won't be too hard at all. Yeah. What is it? Okay. All right. So like an aura ring or whatever. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Cool. Yeah, that works. Nice. All right. Yeah, we'll just get dialed in. So just communicate with me and we'll get it. You're checking all the boxes I see in the back end in the app. So that's helpful. Both of you and Brandon are checking all the boxes. And to be honest, that's what makes people really successful. So big time. So all right. Question. Yeah. All yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Looking at 2 to 300 bucks is the cost of them roughly. It looks like quick look. So yep, 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 yep. That works. That works a lot. All right, good, good. All right. What else? In general, I generally start wrapping around 10:15 or so, just because it starts getting late. But I know Chris, you just jumped on, so I want to make sure we talked plenty. How else can I help you guys this week? Questions, comments, things. How can I make sure that we are locked in and making progress? Yeah, just moving. Yep, exactly. Clay knows he's been around long enough that you just message me and I respond a lot. Yeah, Clay's been around for a good year or so, so he knows. He knows a lot. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's not a problem though. So for Chris and Brandon, it is. They need to check the boxes. Do the thing. Yep. Do the things. Yep. Excellent. So yeah, Chris, we'll just get in, break into a big start. Glad you joined in when you did, and you probably had a better travel experience than you would have without starting until afterwards. You would have maybe done the Last Supper type of thing. Like, well, I'm gonna get started, so I might as well just willy nilly it here. Yep. Yep. Exactly. So we'll get a lot of engagement here this week. That'll be good. And then Brandon, I sent you a link. Just click it, schedule some time, and we'll plot out some. We'll map out those. So I do want you before the call, um, plot out what in terms of proximity, closest to farthest, fast food, fast casual, grocery stores, and then we'll come up with some ideas so that you aren't just feel like you're hemorrhaging money on food every day. And then we're also gonna you gotta figure out how to leverage the food situation at the place too, so you can leverage the free food in a sense or the food that's included. So all right. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, yeah. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So you definitely need to rank those things and send it to me before we get on the call, and then we'll figure it out. All right. Anything else? All right, cool. Then off we go, and we'll catch you guys in lots of texts. Bye bye. Good night.